What is good, fellow Deepwokeners? Okay, moving on to.
Nah, did this nigga just say
Okay, actually moving on to the main subject of this video is Deepwoken. Bro, what? It's not even on the script. What does it say, Pilgrim? Tell us. What does it say? Huh? Yeah. Don't worry about it. Talks about taxes and stuff. Yeah, you don't want to hear about that. Now I got a few questions to ask you guys because this intro is getting way too long. Number one, do you guys like Deepwoken? Alright. Number two, do you guys like consistent updates? Okay. Last one. Do you think consistent updates are ruining Deepwoken? Well, to your shock, I actually have the answer for that. So in this video, that's what we're going to be covering. Seems like weeklies aren't killing Deepwoken, but really just bringing back players for something to grind for.
But, Pilgrim, isn't that the exact opposite of killing a game, you dumbass?
Okay, allow me to be a little more specific. Weeklies are temporarily bringing players for an item that they're grinding for, whether it be the new armor equipment or the new Blade Ball X Deepwoken collab weapon, whatever it may be. But once they get the item that they're grinding for, they either give up and realize that it's, entirely pointless, and realize it was a journey and the friends they made along the way, not the destination. The Deepwoken was inside you all along. No, but seriously, the last 3 updates were just items to distract players with until Conquest dropped. Some of them were quality of life that actually changed the general feel of the game, but most of them were just, kind of there and didn't really stick out too much. I'll go over a quick rundown. Starting off with April 5th, we got the Worm's Tooth for Maestro. It drops from him only, so you have to grind for it. Or maybe somewhere else, but still, it's just grinding. Next, you got the Dawn Shot, or whatever it's called. It's a new single pistol weapon. You have to grind for it. It comes from the depths, so it should be relatively easy. Last one is PvE changes, which means lower levels do more damage. And basically, that's pretty much it. Next one is April 12th, where it gets a bit interesting. April 12th, we got the Mudskipper Brute. And it's basically just a Sharko with like 1 parryable move and 2 dodgeable moves, and like he throws fucking mud skippers. I think that's kind of funny. New weapon, it drops from the mob only though, so yeah, go grinding. And then got the Void Walker XP buff basically, and then new running attack for guns, and then more cosmetics. Alright, moving on to. Alright, enough of that, because I'm pretty sure you guys are about to fall asleep to me just reading out patch notes. But I'm pretty sure you've seen a pattern throughout the, these patch notes, which is pretty much new weapons, XP changes, quality of life, and that's pretty much it. If it's not like a new weapon, it's probably a new cosmetic. And the only exception was really like the Brute Skipper. Like, and even if then people were just gonna one-shot him with his triple attunement, fat hammer that does like 2,000 damage and just one tap him anyways. It really doesn't matter at all. To put it blank, people don't really care about these updates. They're just waiting for Conquest, and by you constantly like teasing their balls, tickling them balls, by just saying, "Ooh, look at the new Hive map," ooh, and then wait, Central Luminant map, ooh, to come dropping for Conquest though. Like, it's just, I don't know, even if you add, oh my god, 3 new clubs and a new spark, like, people don't really care, like, they're there and some people will use them. It spice up build variety, but like, people don't care for that. People are waiting for this stuff for like, people have been waiting for Conquest for like a long time. So I don't really think weeklies are killing Deepwoken. It's more of just, they're more of like putting the game on a pause, kind of keeping the game still and not really pushing it anywhere besides just new stuff to like bloat the game up even more, Now, before I end it off, there's one more section I want to cover. That is rushed updates. The funny thing about rushed updates is that when it takes longer than half the day to come out, you generally know that it's probably going to be rushed. Like, for example, the Vision Shaper one, like, that shit came out like 12 o'clock. And to my surprise, it's not that bad, but you can tell it was kind of, rushed around a bit. But overall, it did do its job at, reworking the domain a little bit. Another update that's been in my mind was the piss singer, I mean the scrap singer thing that came out, and it turned your Iron Singer mantras like bright yellow, which I thought was a bit funny, bro. It literally turned you into a piss bender. I thought that shit was just comical to me. Eventually, they did rework it and made it a lot more like metallic and not looking like my piss stream after like a nice 8-hour shift. But that's also another thing I want to talk about. To sum up what I'm saying in short is basically people don't really care for these updates, and it feels like you're just adding these things that no one asked for because they want conquest. So for example, when the new spear critical came out, or when any new critical comes out that or just anything that just seems like unnecessary, people will complain about it and saying, I didn't ask for this, no one asked for this, blah blah blah. Basically, it's just people always complain about stuff like this essentially, and I feel like this comment really serves that like general of like the player base, how it can never be satisfied. They'll complain about whatever, whenever, just because they're kids, which is why the Deepwoken community or the devs don't really talk to the community, because they're really just childish kids overall in the end. Basically, to sum up this video into 3 consecutive points, I'll go over the 3 points I made. The first one being that they temporarily bring back players just for, I guess, just for the meantime, just to remind that, hey, the game's not dead, we're updating. And basically, they just come back for a short while and collect what's new and then leave. The second update is players get impatient and leave and go somewhere else. For example, Type Soul. Type Soul's really big right now, and that's mainly because half the Deepwoken players are moving on to Type Soul and waiting for Conquest. So, like I said, the game isn't really dying. The players are just, the players are just somewhere else. A third point I made was rushed updates, and it's basically like, do you want to play a game of rushed updates? It's like, no, it's not. That's why I made the question was, do you like, consistent updates? Which is why I mentioned that, because sometimes the updates are very inconsistent. Sometimes at 12 a.m., sometimes really late. I don't know. And sometimes they're really good, sometimes they're really bad. So that's why I mentioned consistent updates. And to answer the question of this video, are weeklies killing Deepwoken? No, kinda. I don't know. You tell me your opinion in the comments below, and that's all I gotta do. Pilgrim out.
She like how you feel if I'm being